Alrighty, y'all. The mystery of the missing bacon has been solved. It got buried under the ice. I made sure this time on the way home, we put it on very top, so we won't lose it again. Hey yo, welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heat. I'm not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook.
Turn right onto Harris Street.
Several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. The only thing I love more than cooking is the warden. Shelly eats steak.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto US 290 East.
Today's video, as you can tell, we're back in the car. We're actually headed home from KetoCon.
You should have introduced Alexa.
right?
She'll be tuning in.
Chiming in.
Yeah, and she'll just interrupt us. She don't care.
But, so this is my MS journey for week 121. Now, that
turn left onto US 290 East.
Might be a little late putting this out because, like I said, we've been at KetoCon. I generally try to put this out on Saturday evening or Sunday morning. But today's Monday, and we're about 2 hours away from the house. We did stop and eat lunch at Southside Market, and since we had the dogs with us, we just sat in the car.
Yeah.
But that was very enjoyable, and you'll see pictures of that here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And
continue on US 290 East for 7 miles.
We had a wonderful time at KetoCon, and I'll leave the. I guess I can leave a link to the what do you call it, the playlist at the end of this. And you can watch all of them.
Yeah.
It was only 3 days, but it was 3 days of fun. So.
And really 3 long days.
Yeah.
Because I got up early.
Yeah.
Not early for Heat standards.
Right.
And then we stayed up late till like at
Almost
least midnight every
visiting.
night. One time it was like, I think almost 2 in the morning.
Because we shared an Airbnb with our #1 groupie, whatever her name is this week.
Of course. And then
Rick Joe, and then Caboodle Bry.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it, but he was also a volunteer at the convention.
I know, that was awesome.
So he had all the inside scoop for us. So, and he got us a free parking pass, which was amazing. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank y'all for staying with us.
Yes, it was fun.
You know, I do enjoy getting an Airbnb because, you know, we always bring our dogs, and then we have, you know, a nice yard for them, and
And we always make sure we get, when I was telling them, the way we always do it, we're trying to make sure we get one with the washer and dryer just in case.
Yes. And it's, speaking of, it's a Sam.
Yeah, of course.
He's nudging me. He's like, oh, I want to be on camera.
But I'd have to tilt it down.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm not going to mess it all up. We can get them later.
But yeah, it's nice having a place for the dogs. And then, it does help, cost-wise if you can share with several people. And so that was a great help.
Yes.
And it was a nice Airbnb. I feel like, nice. I wished it wasn't a 2-story, but,
right.
With basically 5 of us, it was really hard to find one that was just a 1-story.
Right.
To fit 5 people.
And 4 dogs.
Right. And that was the other thing is find, that would accept dogs too.
Right.
So that does kind of limit a little bit, but
we made
overall,
it work.
Yeah, we made it work. And so it was a great time. So thank you, Joe and Brian and Renee, for putting up with us at the Airbnb. And then having fun. Like, we would basically all ride together, except when Brian had to volunteer because he had to be there at some...
Oh, dark 30.
Right. And we had such an amazing weekend.
Yeah. We met so many new viewers too. Not new, but we put faces to faces to names.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's the best thing about a convention isn't so much the speakers and the vendors. It really is just getting to connect one-on-one with the community and with the Hungry Horde. And that's what I had a blast doing. We don't really go to a lot of speakers. We had a few that we were like, okay, we got to go listen to them.
Right.
But most of the time, we just enjoyed walking around the convention and running into all of y'all at the in the Hungry Horde and getting to talk to y'all, hear your stories, just getting to actually see you in person. So it's just really good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just flabbergasted. I'm still in shock. Forget to meet so many of y'all. I hate doing it, and I do apologize. There's too many of y'all to actually list them all.
Mm-hmm.
But you know who you are. I'm glad we got to meet you. Thank you for walking up and introducing yourself.
Yes, and Mike actually wore his Hulkamania shirt, which I love that. That would have been awesome if y'all could have timed it.
Right.
Because you wore your Razor Ramon on Friday.
Yeah.
Which says Hey Yo on it.
That's where I stole it from.
Right? So that was really cool. Just that y'all even think of doing something like that for us, floors me.
Yes.
That you're just like, oh wow, look, he's into wrestling. I like wrestling, so I'm gonna wear one of those shirts.
Right.
And that's just
it honestly looked like he just bought it. It was brand new. It looked like.
But that is awesome.
That's even more impressive.
I know.
And it was really cool too. We met one of our viewers who lives in Guam. I'm gonna butcher her name.
Zaboya.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? I'm
sorry.
I apologize. I don't want to mispronounce it, so I'm not gonna bother. But it's not because I don't like you. It's just because I don't want to be rude.
She is such a beautiful person.
Yes.
Like every time we saw her, she had the biggest smile on her face. And it looked like she had an absolute blast, y'all. So I'm just so excited.
And then we basically met a neighbor, too.
Right.
She lives in the Houston area.
I know. That was so awesome.
Not that far away from us, so that was amazing.
And because she's in Houston, she's not going on the cruise, but she's like, I will help out. So she's going to be like shuttling people. She's going to stay at the Sheraton,
which is the hotel next door to the one for the cruise.
Right. It's where everybody who couldn't get in at the DoubleTree, they're staying at the Sheraton, and she's going to help shuttle y'all. She's going to bring anybody who needs to over here to our barbecue meetup that Friday night. She's going to be
in half a mile, continue straight to stay on US 290 East.
Help with the Friday meetup as well. Just so awesome. That's really touched me too, because so many people came up and was like, hey, we know you're doing the barbecue meetup for the cruise.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
And they're like, here, take this to help pay for the
Continue straight to stay on US 290 East.
thank you everybody who donated through Money in the Kitty.
I mean, that just amazes me. Because
Continue on US 290 East for 16 miles.
I was not, we just decided to do this because we love hanging out with everyone, and instead of trying to go to a restaurant and be like, oh, we've got 16, we've got 20, we've got 30 people or whatever, and you know how much of a fuckle that could be. So instead, it's like, let's just do it at our house.
We have the room.
And we love to cook.
Yes.
So why not cook for y'all? And we're so excited for all of that. And then the fact that y'all are like, hey, look, here, we're going to help you with this expense and that expense. It's like,
just floored us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Because,
and in case I forget, thank you.
Right. So just a tremendous help. It really is, y'all.
Yes. But I did my DDPY this week up until we left to come up here, and then I just logged them all out because I figured I'm gonna get my steps in this weekend. That makes up for it.
I think I averaged 1.5 miles at the convention each day.
Yeah. Uphill both ways.
Which isn't really that much. 1.5 miles, not that much. But I mean, I can tell you by the end of the day yesterday, my feet were feeling it. You know, doing 1.5 miles 3 days in a row, it was like, okay, we're done.
But there was that one day I couldn't find the elevator, so I took the stairs.
That's true, so see?
That's what I'm saying. I got my steps in.
And that's awesome. And I mean, it just was such an awesome week, y'all.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it so very much.
And you can tell by the vlogs we put up on it, there's a couple of things we didn't like about the event, but for overall, like say I had to rank the whole weekend from 1 to 10, I'd give it at least an 8.
Right, because again, it's not. I mean, okay, I guess I look at it this way: vendors and swag is like a bonus.
Yes, I was really looking forward, especially after last year.
Right. But really the main reason we go to the different conventions is to hang out with y'all.
Yes.
And this is a local coffee shop in Elgin.
Yeah.
They were open, and they had like a huge line of sugar-free. Looked like they were all the Tarani syrups, but they were all sugar-free. What?
We're going to go to that H-E-B and get gas.
That's okay. We'll find another one.
Yeah, but hopefully it'll be the same price.
Yeah.
It was less than $3 a gallon, y'all.
I know. But anyway, so I love finding local coffee shops. So like there was a Starbucks not too far away, but I'm like, but a local coffee shop that's open, let's go.
Yeah.
So
that's our main rule anytime we're traveling. We always try and dine locally.
Yeah.
Because we used to be, especially pre-keto, our rule used to be never eat anywhere I can eat it back home. But on occasions, we will still go to like Buffalo Wild Wings or McDonald's or something like that because we can't get keto-friendly food there.
Right.
Because not all of the other restaurants are going to be clean for us.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we had a great time. And so you did something. Let's just be open here. You one day think you double took your medicine.
Yeah, I think I did, yeah. So as soon as we get home, I'm going to have to make sure, like almost as soon as we walk in the door, I got to take my meds. Because I haven't taken any today.
What about the few little pills I put in there for you? Did you take that at all?
No, I did not. I didn't open the container at all.
Yeah, so we got some like liver capsule samples, and I was like, well, he already takes the liver, so
just add that to it.
Add that to it.
It was a little bitty small packet.
Yeah.
Like once you tear it open, you can't reseal it, so why not just empty it into my pill bottles?
Right.
My little pill, my daily pill thing.
I think it was like 15 capsules or something, like a week supply or something. So I was like, oh, that'll be perfect. You can take that. And then there was some kind of algae pill, but I was like, well, I mean, we got it, so he could take the algae pill.
Right.
And so that was really cool. And yeah, and I loved when we went out to dinner, like when we did Buffalo Wild Wings Friday night.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah, there were several people. I think there was like 15, 16 that showed up.
Because I think that was originally our plans was to go for like 6 of us, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up, like you said, 15, 16 of us. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And people just wanted to go eat with us.
I know. And I thought it was cool too because, like, I never knew that you could tell them, oh, I want extra crispy wings. So that was.
Yeah, we learned something from y'all.
And that, Buffalo Wild Wings, I feel like is pretty good place, especially for a keto meetup. I mean, this place was not busy.
Mm-hmm.
And they did confirm that, yes, they still fried with the tallow at that location. So that was good. And, yeah, it was just awesome being there, just chit-chatting with everyone. And, just have it. Sometimes it's nice to have just a sit down where you can just relax and really get to socialize.
Right. And then I had somebody comment on the vlog that where we ate the dinner on Saturday. We found a Mexican place Saturday night, and somebody said that there's better Mexican restaurants in Austin. I was like, yes, there is, but we were very, very strict. We didn't want to travel too far, and we didn't want to spend too much. Because we could have went to Papacitos, which we love, but that would have been like $50 a person to eat there.
Right, or $30 a person.
Yeah.
And this way we were, because
we wanted to dive, basically.
Right, and Rickwood had never had like Tex-Mex, so we wanted to go somewhere that had Tex-Mex, and wasn't going to be real busy.
Right, and the wait staff was amazing there.
Yeah,
she really took care of us.
And I think all of us ordered fajitas, and so it was good, and we all enjoyed that.
That's the thing too. We got to finally meet Uncle Big Guy in person this weekend.
That's right.
I can't forget about that.
He joined us, and Lisa in person.
And it was awesome too. Is she lives in Austin and said this is the first time she's ever been to that restaurant, and she was pleasantly surprised with them too.
Right, because she said it's near the drag.
Yeah, and what was awesome about that restaurant too is we told them, like every single one of us, like I said, we ordered the fajitas, but we told them we didn't want the rice and beans.
Or tortillas.
And she's like, well, the waitress is like, she caught on real quick. She's like, okay, well, do y'all just want extra onions and bell peppers in? You just want more vegetables? We're like, yeah, that'd be great. And then most of the time when we go to Mexican restaurants around town, y'all seen it before, we at our in Houston there, we always go to Gringos because they have the pork rinds. But this place did not, so we ended up bringing our own in, and they did not care at all. Some places will throw a fit if you try and do that. Yeah, but they completely understood.
Yeah, and this was such a low-key place.
Yeah.
That, we had our pork rinds on the table, and nobody said anything. So, and in fact, when they came to give us chips, we're like, no chips, and then we just whipped out our pork rinds, and we all enjoyed those with the different sauces and guac and stuff. So that was awesome.
It was very good.
Yeah, but all these awesome people, and that was a smaller get together. Uncle Big Guy, he joined us, and so did Lisa. And then we found out Lisa only lived 1 minute or 1 mile. I'm sorry, 1 mile from our Airbnb.
Right. Which she said she read it, and originally she thought it was 4 minutes. Or 4 miles, but it ended up being 4 minutes away.
Yeah, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, we couldn't have we almost were neighbors.
Right.
So that was awesome, and it was just such a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it.
So the biggest problem with it, honestly, it went by too fast.
I know. How does that happen, y'all? Like, you have this, like when we arrived Thursday, I'm like, well, here's the beginning of it, and then next thing I know, well, it's not hot anymore. And
she lost her condom.
Next thing you know, is we're all leaving, and I was like so sad. I was like, what? That can't be true. Too fast, and that's what's going to happen on the cruise too.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying too, once we learn the ship, it'll be time to get off the ship.
I know, we're going to be all excited when everybody comes to the barbecue meetup.
Yes.
And then the pre-cruise dinner, and then next thing we know, we'll be getting off the ship.
We're just passing a sign for Buc-ee's, and it says, just here for the snacks.
Right.
That's awesome. it's not really that big of a touch up, honestly, on my MS journey, I guess, other than just to show y'all what we ate this week, or I ate anyways, and just tell you that everything's just rocking along perfectly. I'm loving life. The only thing is, that's what's gonna happen tomorrow too. Kathy from the cruise is coming over to start helping us sort through what they need for the cruise, because they're staging everything at our house.
Yeah.
That's partly why we're doing the meetup also, y'all, because we're only a few minutes away from the hotel.
From the hotel, and yeah, so that'll be awesome. And
in fact, it's gonna be easy too. We're gonna drive over to the hotel Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And ride with everybody. It'll be a lot easier than driving all the way to Galveston and then paying for parking.
I know. That's
gonna be amazing.
Like. And my whole thing is, the reason I like doing that is we get to relax for an hour or so on the bus, chit-chatting with all of our favorite people.
Right.
So
and then you get trapped with me on a boat for a week.
Oh, goodness.
It's going to be great.
Right.
But I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm all over the place. I'm still just ecstatic. And I'm still on a high, basically, from the weekend.
I know.
I'm still trying to come down. But then, just thinking about it, I got all this work to do when we get home. I got to edit all of this, put everything up, and then kind of clean up a little bit and get ready for Kathy on Tuesday. So.
Yeah, well, and I need to edit and get out the cook-along for this month, which is Saturday.
Yes, y'all keep an eye out for that.
So I know it's short notice, but...
and then Tuesday night, you got to start your warden report.
I know.
On Wednesday.
I know.
Busy.
Much going on.
And then we got to try and figure out what we're cooking on Friday.
I know. I thought you already decided the crazy wings.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that then. That's right, because I found some chicken on sale the other day. So we're going to use that.
Yeah, so y'all will have to tune in to see what crazy wings are.
Yeah. I gave you a preview. It was last week before.
Something.
The other day. I went out to eat with coworkers, and I got this dish, and we're going to recreate it Friday night.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So it means I probably need to get some more bacon.
I think we have a lot in the freezer.
In half a mile, continue straight to stay on US 290 East.
That's what I need to do also. As soon as we get home also, I can take my pills and then check and see if we have more eggs. I need to cook some. Lunch and breakfast this week.
Y'all, if you watched the video where we went crazy trying to find the freaking
Continue
bacon.
straight to stay on US 290 East.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. I've already recorded that earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I go where I'm towed. A little RV camper on the back. It says, I go where I'm towed.
So if any of y'all missed it earlier, one of the, I guess it was the week, day one on the drive up here, I cooked up a bunch of bacon the day before, and we were just going to bring it cold and eat on the way in, but or snack on while we're here, or we're there now. But I lost it somehow. And we made a special trip back to the house to double check and see where it was at, and neither one of us could find it. We searched everywhere we could think of in the house where I could have left it. We finally get to the Airbnb, and I unload the cooler, pull all stuff out, put it in the fridge. It's one of the first things in the cooler. It was just crazy because I meant to put it in last, so I wanted it on very top, but somehow it didn't happen. So we found it, put it in the fridge, and then we never ate it.
Yeah, we never touched it again.
And I put it on the top this time. We didn't touch it at all then either. So I'll be eating on it tonight, and I'll actually probably be eating it for breakfast the next couple of days.
Right.
But I still need to check my eggs to make sure I have enough.
And then how about Samson and Delilah?
They were perfect, actually.
Yes, because people were asking how'd they do.
They did wonderful.
Yeah, other than Delilah decided one night that she wanted to bathe herself in poop.
Yeah.
And decided to roll on some poop. I mean, other than that...
She got it all over her collar, so we had to wash her and her collar. But luckily, the bedroom we were using had a giant walk-in shower, so we just took her in there.
Well, actually, I just kind of but yeah, and then her collar, I had to wash it 2 or 3 times. It's a beaded collar, so you have to hand wash it. So that's fun. So I just smothered it in soap and let it sit there, and then washed and washed and washed, and I think I finally got all the stench out. But I was like, really, girl? Out of all 4 of the dogs, she was the one who was like, ooh, I see some wet poop. Let me roll in it. And she was so proud of herself, too. She was like, look, Mom, I got poop on me. I was like, really? Really?
She got a nice scolding.
I was like, girl. But otherwise, I think they had fun. Sam seemed like he was just so happy the whole time.
Yeah.
Like his mouth was open like, oh my gosh, this is the best ever. The best ever.
All right.
And then he'd walk around. He was really good. Like, I think he wanted to stay outside the whole time.
Yes.
Because every time he would go to the door, it was like a sliding glass door, and he'd just put his nose there, or he'd lay in front of it like, I want to go back out. And I'm like, you just went out.
Well, I think part of it too is he could see his own reflection, and that got him excited too.
Right? Like, oh my gosh, is there another bee?
Because we have French doors on our, going on our backyard, but we have little mini blinds in it. We always leave them drawn so he can't see out.
Yes.
These doors didn't have any curtains or blinds or nothing on them, and he could see his own reflection in it.
Yeah. So he kept, looking at himself and then wanting to go back out. And I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. You're not going to go out 20 times in a day.
This morning. Was it this morning or yesterday? I think it was this morning. Yeah, it was after Joe left, because she left before we did, y'all.
Oh.
But,
and
did you hear them barking?
No, but I hope Joe and Brian had a safe trip home.
That too. But I think it was Delilah barking. It was weird, because I went to go check and see what's going on, because the front door of this place had little slided windows in it, like up and down it, so I could look out easily. But across the street, there was a guy pushing a stroller and had a little dog following him. I guess that's what they were barking at, or she was barking at.
She was like, I see dog.
But that's the only time she really barked this weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, they had a great time playing with Jolly and Devara, and then everybody just kind of running it through the house, and they did perfect. They didn't go potty in the house at all. We left them basically the whole day while we were at KetoCon, and when we came back, of course they had to use the restroom.
As soon as we got back.
As soon as we opened the door, they were like, Sam does his little whimper, like, okay, I need to go. And we let them out, and they go and pee, and then they're good. So, just, like, could you ask for anything better than that? That's just so awesome. And but I think they really had a good time with their cousins, and, getting all the attention. Like, yesterday, Delilah just was laying on Joe, like, okay, pet me. And then anytime Joe would slow down, she'd be like, excuse me. So thanks for putting up with her.
Yes.
Because she's so needy. She's like, oh no, pet me the whole time. And then I didn't bring any TREATS's.
Not this time.
Huh?
Not this time.
But we just used pork rinds.
And they loved it.
Yeah, they did. So yeah, they enjoyed that, and
it was awesome too. We brought a bag and a half, and then pork rinds, and then Joe and Brian each bought a bucket.
I know, that was awesome. And then we on our bed, since they were in there all day, I brought a blanket and just put it over the bed. And of course, because this bed was like basically on the floor, it was so low.
Yeah.
And of course, the dogs would jump in it during the day. So I'm glad I put that blanket on top, because they are shedding still a lot. And so at least I hope that cut down on the shed on, everything there. But very nice place, very clean. So hopefully they're pleased with us now that we left. We tried to follow all their instructions for cleanup. You know how it is with Airbnbs. You got to clean everything up. But yeah. Reba's Burger Bar. That don't look open. Wow.
Reba done left.
Uh-oh. Let's said.
We're rolling through a small town. I don't even know what town this is right here.
Giddings.
Oh, okay.
We're in a small town of Giddings. Giddings. I don't know how they pronounce it. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. Because I kept calling it Pedersen's, and finally they got tired of me, and they were like, it's Peterson's. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, see, I was going to ask him anyways. Look, there's another Reba's.
Maybe she moved.
Village Deli and Pizzeria.
Oh, yeah, she said moved. You were going to ask him what now?
How to pronounce it.
Yeah, no, he corrected me. He's like, it's Peterson's. I was like, ugh.
Well, see, to me, because it's spelled P-E-D.
Yeah.
D as in dog, you know? But to me, Pedersen would be P-E-T-T. T as in Tom.
Pedersen or
yeah.
Peterson?
Okay, yeah, it would be that way then. My bad. I just want to make sure we're saying it correctly.
Well, now we know.
Right.
But that was really good. But yeah, so that was fun, and the dogs. Again, I think everybody had a good time. I hope Renee enjoyed staying with us again.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're annoying. Yeah, and then you did okay. I feel like one day you were a little shaky.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the day you doubled up on your meds.
Maybe. Okay.
But overall, I think you did well. How about you?
Too. Yeah. I feel like I did anyways.
Yeah, especially considering, we didn't, we basically, you would eat your breakfast, and then at night, or during the day, we just kind of snacked on stuff there, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, you want to show them, in fact, everything you've eaten in the past week?
Let's do it right here. Sunday morning breakfast, I got a slice of ham, hard-boiled eggs topped with this 505 flame-roasted green chili sauce, and, of course, my mozzarella cheese sticks. Sunday lunch, and I got a poor man's green chili stew. So what I did is I took about a fourth of a pork butt. I carved some off of it. Y'all saw that last week, or 2 weeks ago, I guess. I carved off some of it, threw it in the freezer. And then we baked that ham the other day. Well, I took the bone, threw it in the Instant Pot with that quarter of a pork butt and about, 3 or 4 cups of this flame roasted green chili. That's the only seasoning I did. Just it's all beef. It's all the pork and then that green chili. And then I made me a bowl and topped it with some diced onions. Alright folks, I decided I wanted to add a little bit of daisy to it. I just did a heaping spoonful of sour cream to the top. I think that'll be perfect. Sunday night dinner, I really don't feel like cooking, so I'm making myself like a do-it-yourself Lunchable. I got some cheese, pepperonis, and these protein puffs, and a couple of grape tomatoes. I'm going to snack on this while we're watching TV. Monday breakfast. I got a couple more slices of ham and my hard-boiled eggs topped with this 505 flame roasted green chili, and then a couple of mozzarella cheese sticks. Monday lunch, I'm having another bowl of that green chili soup. And I topped it with a little bit of this Better Than Good Foods baked cheddar protein puffs, and finished off some of this chipotle hot sauce. Monday night dinner, and I'm having a double meat, double cheeseburger. Tuesday morning breakfast, I have the rest of that ham we baked the other day, hard-boiled eggs topped with that 505 green chili, and then a couple of mozzarella cheese sticks. Oh, and I threw in the last of my cherry tomatoes as well. Tuesday lunch, and I'm having some more of that green chili soup, topped with some sour cream, diced red onion, and a little bit of these protein puffs. Tuesday night dinner, I got a couple of salmon patties on a bed of lettuce and some garnished with some diced or sliced red tomatoes. And on the side there you see we got some sauteed asparagus. Y'all need to stay tuned. We're going to have recipe videos coming out for both of these dishes. Wednesday morning breakfast. Having Purnell's sausage topped with some habanero jack cheese. And then my hard-boiled eggs topped with that 505 green chili. And a couple of mozzarella cheese sticks. Wednesday lunch. And I'm eating the rest of that green chili pork soup with some chicharrones on the side. Wednesday night dinner, I'm having a double meat, double cheese bacon burger topped with our brand new mustard barbecue sauce and homemade pickles, homemade pickled red onions, grape tomatoes, and this plate was curated by the warden. Isn't she amazing, y'all? Thursday breakfast. I got my Purnell's sausage, my hard-boiled eggs topped with this 505, and a couple of mozzarella cheese sticks. Thursday lunch, and I got a couple of bacon cheeseburgers, double meat, double cheese, along with some homemade pickled red onions, homemade pickles, and some cream cheese stuffed jalapenos. Only problem is one of those, you can tell, I dropped it so all the cheese fell out of it. So that's going to be fun to eat. Thursday night dinner. I'm going to be eating some of these Teton Polish sausages, some string cheese, and we'll be dipping it in some homemade mayo mixed in with our homemade keto chow barbecue sauce. And I guess we'll have a couple of cherry tomatoes as well. I'm using that Hot Logic to heat it up. If you want to see the full process how we're going to do this, make sure you watch the vlog for KetoCon 2023. We'll have that posted up in a few days. Alrighty folks, now I'm going to load up my Hot Logic. I've sliced all those hot dogs into bite-sized pieces so it'll make it easier for us to eat while we're running down the road. So we'll be eating these. This will be our dinner. We'll be eating these while we're driving to KetoCon. This is so handy, y'all. Now, I used to carry this with me in my work truck every day when I was working cabinets. And I had a little adapter that I plugged into my cigarette lighter. Because this is a, let me get it here on frame, a standard wall plug. But luckily, Shelly's car has a plug. We can just get power that away. And if need be, though, I can always use the adapter I have for the cigarette lighter. This is going to be perfect. We'll be checking in with y'all later. As promised, I plugged in the Hot Logic in the back of the car here. This is in the back seat, the middle row. And I just set it up in the front seat. I'll move it to the floorboard when I get in a second. Thursday night dinner, we're having that Teton's Polish sausage, some accoutrements, and some weirdo with an awesome shirt though. And there's the warden, and a caboodle bry, and a Reichwin. Sunday lunch, and I've been raiding Pedersen's sausage and bacon. Friday night dinner, we're at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I've just got my 30 pack of wings. I'm only eating 15 of these though. Saturday breakfast, I'm back at it again, unusual. Saturday lunch, I got a sausage on a stick from Holy Cow. My Epic from last year, and I'm gonna make me some LMNT. Saturday night dinner, we got the combo fajitas. Sunday morning breakfast, and I'm having the usual.
Well, Trinity and Trio are synonymous, so.
All right.
Right.
Sunday night dinner, and I got this Texas trilogy: pork rib, link sausage, and some brisket. And then I topped it with some onions and pickles. This is from Black's Barbecue. We picked it up last night. Monday morning breakfast, I'm having my usual eggs, sausage, and cheese. Saturday lunch, we're at Southside Market, and we're sitting in the car. We went to the drive-thru. We got a couple of the sausage slammers. This other package here is the same thing. We're just going to eat them one at a time. We also got the Monday special, which is the pork chop. That looks sexy. Monday night dinner, we're at Charm Thai Bistro, and I got the Tiger Cry steak. And instead of rice, I got them to give me sauteed veggies. Oh Lord, y'all, just looking at all that food, I'm still stuffed. Ready for a nap. I feel like we ate tremendously well this weekend. Like, really good. I just can't express enough how much I love you guys. Thank y'all so much. Y'all made this weekend so wonderful. And looking ready. I'm just gearing up for the cruise now. That's my next adventure. Thinking about all the stuff we got at the house to get it ready for everybody. I think I was thinking about tomorrow morning jumping on it, but I don't want to be right in the middle of trying to work on stuff when they're fixing to arrive. So Wednesday for sure I'm gonna jump on it. There's a couple of chairs I need to fix on the back porch. No, I don't want to do that. I think I can do that easily though. Just doing it. I need to make one slip cover. I don't know if you can sew it for me, if we need to buy something like that. That one chair, the back's kind of ugly.
Yeah.
But that's about it. That's all we're gonna do to it. You reminded me you know how to sew, so we can do something more.
Oh, I reminded you?
Yeah.
Joy.
No. But other than that, folks, everything's just groovy. I mean, I got nothing to complain about. And we had a great weekend. I think I had a great week. I just want to thank y'all for watching. And thanks for tuning in and putting up with my silliness, all my shenanigans. And that's about it. Make sure y'all tune in every Friday night for the Friday night feast. We'll cook up an entree, maybe a couple of snacks, show y'all how we do it, and then we spend the rest of the evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Lord. Hope you can tune in sometime. We'd love to have you over for dinner. And please don't forget, at the end of the video,
please stay tuned to see all of our wonderful channel members. Thank y'all again so much for your continued support. Bye.
bye.